In this episode of Showflow, we went out to Rogers Park Golf Course in Tampa, home course of the First Tee Tampa Bay, where I had a chance to catch up with the organization's executive director, Ian Baxter, and chairman, Gary Koch. We talked about how over the past 5 years, their annual gala has grown into one of the premier philanthropic events in this region, and how DCE's had a front row seat to their success story. Here's how it went. Enjoy.
Welcome to Showflow from DCE Productions, a series of conversations with clients and collaborators discussing the role of production in solving a wide range of business challenges, one event at a time. Here's our host, Samantha Golden.
Okay, well, hello and welcome. Today with us, we have Gary and Ian. So thank you both so much for being here today. We have the opportunity to really dive in and talk about one of the things that's near and dear to our hearts, which is a philanthropic organization that's helping kids develop character and social skills through the game of golf. So first off, we're gonna just kind of dive into what is First Tee. Can y'all tell me more about the organization, the impact you have in the community, and why it matters?
All right, Ian, I'm gonna let you go since you're the executive.
Sure, appreciate
it.
Sure. The First Tee is a youth development organization. We use golf as a vehicle to teach core values and life skills to kids all throughout the country. So there's over 150 chapters, both here in the United States and internationally, represented in all 50 states. And in all of our programs, we teach these core values, things like perseverance and confidence and courtesy, to not only they can use on the course, but also they can take back at school or at home or in their everyday lives.
I heard you mention core values, and I think that is one of the things that DCE and First Tee really has in common is just our conviction and commitment to core values. So would love to hear, do you mind sharing those with us today and why they're so important?
In all of our programs, we talk about these, usually at the beginning of the class. So for example, confidence might be the core value of the day. And so the coaches will talk about it, have kind of a discussion with the kids, and the coach may even stop and say, okay guys, core value of the day, confidence, here's a perfect example. And then we'll review it at the end of the class as well to really make it hit home.
Amazing. Love that.
Yeah, and you know, one of the favorite things that I get to do at a lot of our fundraisers, we have members of the First Tee there. And I play your role. I try to do a little interview with them. And one of the questions I always ask is, what is your favorite core value? It varies from kid to kid, but you can tell that it means something to them. It's very important to them. And I think we're all very proud of the fact that we were able to help these young people understand that these things are very important. Not, as Ian said, not just on the golf course, but in life.
Yeah, wow, what a testament. Thank you for sharing that. And I think for us at DC, we absolutely love getting to work with an organization who's doing such amazing things in our community, and then also seeing that community grow, because those kids leave, they leave this, but they take with them so much, and they're able to make a positive impact on their new community in this world. And so for us, it's so fulfilling to work with clients who do these amazing things. And it's been such an honor to work with you all since, I believe, 2018. So let's kind of think about, and Ian, maybe you can take this one, how did the working relationship with First Tee and DCE start?
Yeah, it was, Gary mentioned our first gala. We went through, it was at an indoor place, and it's an older place. And so the acoustics and kind of the visuals and all that just were not up to par. Again, it was our first year, and very successful event, monetarily and otherwise. But it was clear coming out of that event that we needed to upgrade the kind of the whole package of it. And part of that was certainly the sound and the visuals and just kind of taking it to the next step. So we were able to connect with DCE through one of our board members. And right from the beginning, you could see it was kind of it was a different deal. The professionalism was, top notch. There was already a lot of track record with DCE working with big organizations and big events. So handling our event would be, right in their alley. And, the next year when we had the event, it was night and day. And we got a lot of positive compliments on the sound, on the visuals, on just the professionalism on how we put it together. And it really took our event to the next level. And, we've expanded actually a lot even over the last, 5 or 6 years. And DCE has been a big part of that.
Well, and they're very good at suggesting things, suggesting things that we as lay people
Amateurs,
probably
yes.
Don't have any idea about. And Ian mentioned a couple of years ago we decided to go outdoors with our event, which obviously created some new issues. DC was great. I mean, they handled every aspect of it, made suggestions to us. This is how this is going to work best, and certainly without their help, the event would not be what it is today.
Yeah, I feel like DCE is part of the team of the event. And as Gary mentioned, it's not, okay, here's the company coming in, go here, here, and there. Everyone on the DCE team is involved, even from our pre-planning meetings. As Gary mentioned, suggestions, really trying to branch out as if you were on the staff. Like, let's experiment with these things. And so that feeling of being part of our team and really having a stake in the success of our event, it's somewhat unique. You don't always see that. Sometimes a company just works for you and they leave. And I don't personally feel that way with DCE. I feel like they're really invested in our success.
Well, we love to hear that. We are very invested in the success of this event and all events we get to work with. But like I said, this one is near and dear to our heart. And so it's amazing to hear it feels like we are a team, because we feel the same way. And I want to kind of talk about this partnership too, because we absolutely love getting to be part of that pre-production, the event planning process, bringing solutions to the table, being part of the execution of the event. But we've also brought on video production services now too. So let's talk through why we kind of expanded our partnership and what services we needed to bring that on.
Well, I know over the years, again, now you've developed videos with us each year to highlight a lot of our kids in the program. And those, I mean, Gary can say, those are very impactful at our event. We show those to really give the stories. We have kids there in attendance, but to really tell the story in a proper way, the videos are critical for that.
The visuals are very impactful, no question about it. Whether it's the kids being involved in camps out here, or testimony of the staff helping them, or now we have the project underway of our short course and being able to show what all has been involved in the creation of that. It just goes on and on. But we hear it all the time from our supporters, that being able to connect to the kids through the videos is very important.
And so let's talk about that real world impact for a second too of those videos. So when we're using them at the events or as a marketing tool, or to gather new community members, and how have we seen an impact or a difference in First Tee since we've had those videos in play?
Well, I think it's obvious. I mean, basically every year that we've done this, and especially since we've added the videos, we seem to raise more money.
No question.
Which is, I know you're very happy about.
You like that? And I say this with all humility. We have maybe the best nonprofit board in all of Tampa. We run the largest single fundraiser in the First Tee network around the country each year. This past year netted over $1.2 million to serve the kids of the program. There's a reason why we can reach up to 90,000 kids each year, just here alone in the Tampa region. And that's because of the great support we have. And that event specifically is by far our top fundraiser. And it's critical that it goes well every year. We put a lot of time and energy into it. And again, DCE is a huge part of that. And the impact of the videos, the impact of just being a first-rate, well-run event. I think if you're a donor and you come and you realize, okay, these guys kind of know what they're doing. It's a great mission. We all believe in it, and we also believe in the staff and the organization behind it. They're more apt to support the organization financially and in other ways. So again, DCE, the videos, everything is a part of that.
Yeah. And I think it really, and correct me if I'm wrong on this impression that I get in, but it seems as though our supporters like the idea of seeing exactly how their support is benefiting these kids.
Definitely.
There are a lot of wonderful charitable organizations, but a lot of times you give your money and your time and your talent, but you don't get to actually see the results of that. With our organization and with DCE's help, and especially the videos, our supporters get to see exactly what is transpiring because of their support. And I think they appreciate that. I know Ian and the staff appreciates that. And I know as the chair of our board of directors, I appreciate that because it makes it easier to elicit the support that we need.
All right, so let's dig into this video production process. Can you talk me through how it's been working with the team from ideating to filming to editing? What's that creative process been like?
Yeah, we really start months before our event, and again, it's like a teamwork situation. So it's not like, hey, here's what we want to do, come out and just film it. There's a lot of give and take on different ideas on what we might want to do, whether it's story angles or different ways we want to position it. And so leading up to the actual filming, we have a lot of discussion back and forth. And then when they come out, we'll have different kids and kind of whatever angle that we've decided on. But again, it makes it so easy. I'm certainly no expert in any of this with video production. I work with the first tee and the kids. So we really rely on DCE's expertise to get us through the process and really to get us a finished product of a video which is going to have an impact. And as I've said before, it has, and it's been successful.
Well, and I think the great thing too is, they come up with the ideas because you don't want to do the same thing every year, so we need to make it a little bit different. It can't be the same thing year after year after year. So I think DCE provides those ideas for us, which is tremendous. I also, no question in my mind, how long is the video going to be? What makes sense at a big function like this? We don't want to go too long, but at the same time, we want to be able to tell the story that needs to be told. So we rely heavily on DCE to kind of guide us along on, this makes the most sense. Let's have this video be 4.5 minutes, instead of 6 or 2. So their expertise is what we need, basically. We're amateurs when it comes to that.
That's right. Definitely.
And I know we talked about, we love to be a solutions provider and we want to come to the table with new creative ideas every single year for you. That's something we get excited to do. And so would also love to hear, when we've used these videos, how have we used them? Are we just using them at the events, or where else are we kind of utilizing them?
No, we will send them out to our supporters. I mean, at the event, and frankly, one of the great things about our event, it's a little bit exclusive, and so it sometimes can be a tough ticket. And so while we have a lot of supporters there, we also have a lot that are not there. And so we want to make sure we put those out to other people, whether it's on our social media pages, on our website, or just basically emailing a big list of supporters to put those out. So we definitely, we want to show it off. It's one of the things that we're really proud of.
Yeah, and I think having it on the website is very critical too, because as people who hear about the first tee but don't know about the first tee and possibly want to have their kids become involved. The video does a great job of showing them what exactly the first tee is all about, what opportunities are available for kids. And it's a whole lot easier than having to answer the phone and go through the whole rigmarole. So the video plays a huge part in that.
All right, well, thank you so much. Thank you, Ian. Thank you, Gary, for being here. We really appreciate your time. We appreciate all that you are doing, all that First Tee is doing, and we really appreciate you letting DC be a part of it. We absolutely value this partnership and getting to work with you all. So thank you to everyone joining us today as well. That's it for this episode of Showflow. Make sure you subscribe and follow us on social and check out the next episode.
Thanks for listening. You can find out more by visiting us at dceproductions.com/Showflow.